Finally tonight, the story of a man on an endless mission of kindness and the incredible way it's changing lives. Many kids across America dream of running a lemonade stand, but not all feel like they absolutely need to. That wasn't the case for 7-year-old Emery Johnson, who started her business just a few weeks ago after experiencing a nightmare, both literal and real. That morning, I woke up to the worst news of my life, she recalled. When Sarah set up her lemonade stand that day, she never could have imagined that a chance encounter with Elon Musk would turn her whole story upside down. If someone had told her, she probably wouldn't have believed it. But what Elon Musk did next, it left everyone stunned, and you're about to find out why. On a scorching Tuesday afternoon in the park, young Sarah arranged her small lemonade stand, a simple yet heartwarming sight in today's world. Across different neighborhoods, some young philanthropists set up lemonade stands for great causes, but Sarah's stand was different. With a rickety table, a faded cloth, and mismatched cups, her handwritten cardboard sign reading "Lemonade for Food" fluttered in the breeze. Beside her, a donation jar sat with just a few coins and a dented can of green beans inside. Yet, despite the heat and her oversized cap constantly slipping over her eyes, Sarah stood tall, determined, unwavering. To anyone passing by, she may have looked like just another kid enjoying a summer afternoon. But behind her smile, her serious, focused eyes revealed something deeper: worry. She had overheard her parents whispering at night, saw the exhaustion on her father's face at dinner. She knew. She had heard her mother softly say she'd skip dinner so Sarah and her baby brother could eat. That was the moment Sarah had an idea. She had seen kids on TV running lemonade stands for extra cash. But she didn't want spare change, she wanted food. If she could sell lemonade in exchange for canned goods, maybe her family and other struggling families could get some help. At first, the response was lukewarm. People smiled, nodded, even praised her creativity, but very few actually stopped to buy. That didn't discourage Sarah. Every evening, she counted her collection: a dented can of corn here, a half-full jar of peanut butter there. She felt proud of each item. But as the days passed and her lemonade supply dwindled, fewer people seemed to notice her stand. That afternoon, as she sat watching joggers and dog walkers pass by without a glance, she let out a sigh. Maybe it was a silly idea after all. Then something unexpected happened. That same afternoon, a homeless man wandered by, his clothes tattered, his face weary. Sarah noticed how he hesitated near the curb, eyeing the lemonade, his hands empty. Without thinking twice, she poured a cup and handed it to him. "Here. It's on me," she said with a warm smile. The man looked surprised, then mumbled a quiet thank you before taking a long sip and walking away. Sarah didn't dwell on it. It just felt like the right thing to do. Her parents had always taught her kindness. But someone else had been watching. A man in a baseball cap and sunglasses strolled by, pausing longer than most as he studied her sign. That man? Elon Musk. Musk had been in town unexpectedly, making a quick stop on his way to a nearby facility where Tesla was testing a new solar-powered charging station. As usual, his schedule was packed: meetings, phone calls, brainstorming sessions. But earlier that day, his assistant had mentioned something troubling about this town's economy. A factory, once the town's lifeline, had recently shut down, leaving hundreds jobless. Intrigued, Musk took a short detour to observe the area himself, walking through the quiet neighborhood park unnoticed. Then he spotted Sarah's stand. At first, he almost walked past, dismissing it as just another childhood venture. But then the sign caught his eye. Lemonade for food. It wasn't the usual 50 cents a cup deal. He stopped. He watched as Sarah poured lemonade for an elderly man in exchange for a small bag of rice. Curious, Musk stepped forward. "Lemonade for food? Huh," he said, crouching beside the stand. "That's an interesting idea. How's business?" Sarah blinked, a little surprised by the question. "It's okay, I guess," she shrugged. "Some people stop, but not a lot." Musk picked up a plastic cup, turning it in his hands thoughtfully. "Most kids sell lemonade for money," he mused. "Why food?" Sarah hesitated. She didn't usually share her family struggles with strangers. But something about this man felt trustworthy. My dad lost his job, she admitted softly. Food is expensive. I thought maybe I could help my family, and if we have extra, give it to others who need it too. Musk nodded, a small smile tugging at his lips, though his expression remained unreadable behind his sunglasses. That's a pretty awesome idea, Sarah. Her eyes widened. How do you know my name? He chuckled, pointing to her sign. It's right there. She giggled. Then Musk reached for his phone. Mind if I take a picture of your stand? Sarah hesitated, then nodded. As he took a sip of lemonade, murmuring, "This is really good," a few passers-by started whispering. Some glanced his way, eyes widening. Then gasps. Someone finally recognized him. That's Elon Musk. Musk turned, giving Sarah one last smile as he slipped a folded bill into her jar, more than enough for the lemonade. Hey, he said in a low voice, leaning in. Can I get your parents' contact info? I've got some ideas I'd like to share with them. Sarah scribbled down her mom's number on a scrap of paper. She didn't fully understand why he wanted it, but he had been kind. So, she handed it over. Thanks. He tucked the paper into his pocket and stood up. By then, the crowd had gathered. But Musk? He slipped away quickly before the excitement could fully erupt. That night, Sarah counted her meager earnings, a single can of soup, a box of spaghetti. Then, her father's phone rang. It hadn't rung in weeks since they cut the internet to save money. He almost ignored it, but the calls didn't stop. Finally, he answered. Hello, Mr. Rodriguez. This is Emily from Elon Musk's office. I hope I'm not catching you at a bad time. Sarah's father froze. Elon Musk's office. And just like that, their lives changed forever.